Hi, I'm going to show you how you can take your iPod, whether it's a classic, doesn't matter what kind of iPod it is, and back up all of what is on this iPod onto your computer so that in case this ever was to get corrupted, you have a complete backup, not in some cloud, but it's physically on your computer. You can also use it to add this music then to another iPod. So what you need, of course, is your iPod, and you need the cord that your iPod came with, and you're going to want to go ahead and plug that in. And you see that it says connected now. I don't want to open up iTunes, and I do not need any app in order to transfer this over. So I'm going to show you a couple things of what you need to do in order to get this over. First, what I'm going to have you do is on your laptop, I have my cursor right here. I'm going to right click with my mouse, and then I am going to scroll down to where it says new, and I'm going to come up to the top where it says folder, and I'm going to left click on that. And I'm going to title this folder iPod. Okay, so you're going to need that so that you can put all your music into that. Then the next step is, I'm going to bring this a little closer so you can see this. The next step is looking at the actual iPod. If I look down, it just says calendar, contacts, notes, recordings, and a couple other things. This doesn't show any of my music. And in fact, if I look at the file size, it's next to nothing, which is letting you know that your files are actually hidden. So what you need to do is you need to come up here. There's a tab that says view. If you can see where my cursor is right here, there's a tab that says view. Left click on that. You're going to come all the way across where it says show/hide. And there is a tab, not really a tab, a word that says hidden items with a square next to it. You're going to want to click in that with your left clicker. And all of a sudden, now I see things that I didn't see before, okay? The important thing that I need to scroll down to, it says iPod controls. Double click with your left clicker on that. Double click quickly with your left clicker. And now it opens up. Yeah, I'm going to scroll down to music, and I'm going to double click on my music. Now what you see is a whole bunch of files. It starts with F, and it just categorizes them 00 all the way down. I happen to have 28 of these folders. That contains all of everything that is inside my iPod. If I open it, it's just a bunch of nonsense with what the file type is and how big that file is, but it doesn't tell me really what necessarily I'm looking at. So it can look a bit scary, but it's everything that is contained inside your iPod. So I'm going to move this back over. And what I can do is up here, it says name. I can click on that. If I click on name, it's going to highlight everything, and I can bring it right over to my iPod folder all at once. I already did this once before, so for time's sake, I'm only going to show what happens when you do one of them. So I'm only going to click on one folder, and I left click it to make it blue. And then with my mouse, I right click it, and it's going to open up a tab. I'm going to scroll all the way down and copy. So I left click with my copy. And then with my cursor, I'm coming right over to my folder now. I'm going to right click with my mouse. And now I am going to left click on paste. And you will see it opens up a message bar that is telling me that it is currently copying over 155 items from music to iPod. Okay, so it's from my music folder that I have right here to my iPod folder on my computer. So it's bringing that over. If I were to do all 28 of the files I have, it took me about an hour to copy them over, which really isn't that long. It was almost 8,000 songs, 43 continuous hours of playing. So it really didn't take too long to copy it over. It gave me a great backup so that if I ever lose my iPod, it gets stolen, it gets corrupted, or I just want to take songs that are off my iPod and put them on another iPod. I've got everything now saved on my computer. So that is being brought over. And so now I can go ahead and close it. And I will double click now with my left clicker on my iPod folder just to show you that it has all been brought over. And now, if you see, now all the real names of the songs appear, which is excellent. Next step I'm going to do is show you, first of all, that what you need to do is you need to come down and you need to eject your iPod. Always eject it and wait until your iPod says that it is okay to disconnect. I always wait until I actually see the folders on my iPod before I disconnect it. I've had it happen in the past where I've disconnected an iPod in the middle of that okay to disconnect, and it completely corrupted my iPod. So now that I see that, I'm going to disconnect, and I'm finished with that. Next step I'm going to do is I'm going to go down back to my start menu down here, and I am going to open up my iTunes. If you notice, I did not need an app to do any of that transfer, which was great. There's a lot of apps out there that require that you open them up and use them in order to download music, and it's not true. You do not need them. So now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to my file, and I'm going to now go down to library, and I am going to, go to add folder to library. And I am going to now find that folder on my desktop right here labeled iPod, double click on it, click on my folder that I just did, and now I'm going to select that folder and add it into my iTunes library. I'm technically not going to do that though because I've already done it once before. So when I do that, all that scrambled stuff that you saw on that folder on your desktop, and it's all scrambled, doesn't look right, it is actually going to perfectly go into every folder in order exactly the way you had it on your iPod. So don't try to unscramble those folders once they're downloaded, or you'll make a big old mess. Just import it back in by selecting File and selecting Add Folder to Library, and then find that iPod folder you made on the desktop. Add it completely to this library, and it will do all the work for you. I hope that this video was helpful for you and saved you a lot of time and headache. Have a great day.